In the dry grasslands of Africa, an unlikely friendship plays out every single day, and it has nothing to do with affection and everything to do with survival. A warthog stands still, almost frozen, while a small banded mongoose climbs right up onto its face, and at first glance, it looks like an attack. Teeth bared, claws gripping into thick hide. But this is not a fight, this is a service, and the warthog knows it. Buried deep in the folds of its skin, behind its ears, around its tusks, in every crease a warthog can never reach with its own short legs and stiff body. Ticks have been feeding for days, swelling, multiplying, draining blood the warthog cannot afford to lose, and left alone these parasites would keep growing until they caused real damage, infection, irritation, exhaustion. The warthog has no hands, no way to scratch these spots, no way to fight a problem this small and this hidden, and that is exactly the gap the mongoose fills. Banded mongooses live in tight family groups, and ticks are one of their favorite meals, protein-rich, easy to find, and conveniently delivered straight to them by animals desperate for relief. So over time, in the same watering holes and grazing fields, these two completely different species learned to read each other, to trust each other, to stand still for each other. The mongoose does not hesitate. It works fast, precise, digging into every wrinkle around the eyes, the snout, behind the ears, pulling tick after tick directly off the skin, and each one it finds is both a problem solved for the warthog and a free meal earned for itself. The warthog could end this in a second, one shake of its head, one step back. But it doesn't, because it understands the deal. Stillness in exchange for relief, patience in exchange for a clean, parasite-free body, and so it stands there, eyes half closed, completely calm, letting a creature, a fraction of its size, climb across its face like it's the most natural thing in the world. This is not domestication. No one trained these animals. No human stepped in to teach them this. This relationship was built entirely through repetition, through generations of warthogs and mongooses crossing paths in the same territory and slowly discovering that cooperation pays off better than ignoring each other ever could. Biologists call this mutualism, a relationship where both sides benefit and neither one loses, and it shows up across the animal kingdom in different forms. Oxpeckers on buffalo, cleaner fish on sharks. But few examples are as bold, as physical, as up close as a mongoose climbing straight onto a warthog's face without a flicker of fear from either side. For the mongoose, this is efficiency. Instead of digging through dirt for insects or chasing down smaller prey, it has a steady, walking food source that practically invites it in. And for the warthog, this is healthcare, the kind no other species in the bush can offer. Parasites removed from spots that would otherwise fester and weaken it over time. Neither animal is being kind out of emotion. This isn't friendship in the way humans think of it. It's something colder and more efficient than that. Two survival strategies that happen to align perfectly. And that alignment is exactly why this behavior has lasted, why it repeats itself across herds and generations, because nature doesn't keep relationships that don't work. It only keeps the ones that do. Watch closely, and you'll notice the warthog never flinches, even as the mongoose works around its eyes, its tusks, areas that should trigger instinct, should trigger defense, and yet there is none. Just stillness, just trust, built purely on outcome, on the fact that every single time this has happened before, the result was relief, not harm. This is the quiet, unscripted side of the wild that rarely gets attention. Not the chases, not the kills, but the small, daily transactions that keep animals alive in ways far less dramatic, but just as essential. A tick removed today is an infection avoided tomorrow. A meal earned today is energy saved for the next. And across the savannah, in this exact way, a mongoose and a warthog have figured out how to need each other. So the next time you see two animals that seem like they shouldn't get along standing close, working together, remember, it's not random and it's not accidental. It's millions of years of trial and error distilled into one simple, effective exchange. You scratch my back, I'll eat your ticks. And in the wild, that's not just kindness, that's survival, perfected.